There's something we haven't seen in a while. Old Fury's got about 3 inches of dust collected on it. It's been a while since I put up a video, y'all. A lot has changed around here. Stay tuned, let me catch you up to what's going on. So most of the time I don't get too personal on this channel. I know most of y'all are just watching this for the automotive content, and I do appreciate y'all sticking with the channel. But there have been a couple big events that happened here in the last 2 or 3 weeks that I feel the need to highlight them. So here it goes. If you follow my community post on YouTube, you'll know that a little over 2 weeks ago that we had to put our beloved Maggie down. I had Maggie with me since she was 8 weeks old. She was 15 and a half years old when we had to lay her to rest. She had a good long run. She was a huge part of our life, so that kind of took a big toll on us, and to be honest with you, it's hard making this video right now. But I find peace knowing that we gave her a good, long, happy life, and we got plenty of happy memories, photos and stuff to look back on of Maggie. So that has been a big reason why I haven't had much content coming out lately. It's just been really kind of hard to deal with, but we're doing the best we can, and we're just taking it one day at a time, so we're trying to get back in the groove of things now. Also, if you follow our short videos on YouTube, you'll know that we recently sold the 87 Dodge D150 Project Black Sheep. I had taken that project just about as far as I wanted to go with it. The finished product had the look that what I envisioned in my mind. It was kind of bittersweet because that had been a staple on this channel for such a long time. Well, actually, it's what started this channel a little over 2 years ago. So we got to ride it around and enjoy it at a couple cruise-ins. We took it to a few swap meets, and we just had a good time with it. And hopefully the guy that bought it, he can enjoy it just as much as we did and continue on. It's been almost a year since I've actually done any work to this vehicle, so you can tell it's sit back here and did nothing but collect dust and spider webs. There's actually a bird's nest behind that grill there. I need to evict those people out. But today I think I'm just gonna give this thing a bath, clean up my work area right here, put some degreaser underneath the underside of it so we can actually compile a parts list of what we actually need to do. It's kind of hard to remember where I left off, being that it was almost a year ago. I know we need front end suspension, but we actually need to get a detailed parts list here of what we need so we can get parts on the way and get this thing back on the ground. So today's video is going to be kind of short. Basically just cleaning this thing up a little bit, finding out what we need, and going from there. Okay, now that I got the Fury all cleaned up here, we can kind of assess what we need to order. Unfortunately, I do not have the funds to do a disc brake conversion on this car at the time. So we will be rebuilding the factory drum brakes, which luckily this is a Fury 3. It got optioned out with the big 11 inch by 3 inch brakes all the way around. So unfortunately it is not power brakes, but that doesn't really bother me. It's just one less vacuum leak to worry about. So needless to say, we're going to have to do a complete brake system on this vehicle. And I think I've narrowed it down to, I'm going to give this company called Anderson restoration I try on their suspension. They seem to have a complete kit for the front of these C bodies. It's just a OEM factory replacement. It's nothing upgraded, but you don't really have many options. You got PST, you got Anderson Restorations, you got QA1 and Firm Feel. And most of those are currently out of my budget for this project right now, so we just want to get it back on the ground so we can drive it and enjoy it. Start making some upgrades to the engine. But their kit comes complete with everything except I think I'm going to go with PST, or it's either PST or Firm Feel that makes the greasable pivot pins for the control arm. So I am going to make a little upgrade there. That way we can get a little bit more life out of those lower bushings. And I will have to replace, got a bee chasing me. I will have to replace these strut rods. The car doesn't appear to be having any front end damage, but somehow one of those front strut rods got bent. So I don't know if a tow truck driver hooked to that to winch it up on a rollback sometime, or if they hit something with it, or what the deal is there. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace both of those. And I got a buddy of mine that's pretty good at fabricating. I might see if he can fabricate me up some adjustable ones with adjustable heim joints on the end. That way we can have a little bit of tuning on the front end suspension. I'm going to keep factory torsion bars set up right now. Like I said, we're going to rebuild these disc brakes. Just factory replacement stuff to get it back on the ground so we can start doing fun stuff with it. To me, suspension is just not fun, especially when it's stock replacement stuff. I mean, we want the go fast goodies, the loud pipes, the fun stuff. But let me give you a hood shot here. Nothing's been touched underneath here for just about a year. I do have that aluminum radiator that I bought to replace the factory one that busted, but it's just mocked up in there right now. Nothing's mounted permanently. So we will be doing aluminum radiator, electric fan. I'm going to ditch the big 26-inch fan. And I got that Y-in intake in there for it, that single plane Y-in intake. Do not currently have a carburetor, but I think I might go a different route with this vehicle. Got something in the works, so y'all just have to stay tuned and see how it shakes out. Not exactly sure on that yet, but I do know we'll be putting that Y-in intake to use. And probably upgrade the ignition system. Tidy up some of this wiring underneath here so we don't have an electrical fire. Got new tires for it last year, so it's just been sitting here with new tires. But other than that, we're just going to get on the old internet, dial up some parts here for this thing, and play the waiting game till they come in, which shouldn't take them long. Most of this brake stuff is going to come from Rock Auto. And Anderson Restoration said they had those parts for the front end ready to ship out. So maybe in a week or so, I can get to grinding out on this thing here. A lot of y'all probably don't know this, but I do have a full-time job, and I am trying to grow a small photography business, trying to get that thing off the ground. I've been doing that for about 3 or 4 years. I started out doing it when I was like 16, but life kind of got in the way and had to put things on hold. But I've been grinding out on that here lately, so if you see some drag racing content pop up on this thing live, y'all stay tuned and check it out. I've been hitting a lot of drag racing events, small tire, bracket racing. You never know what we might get into. I do know I have a big trip planned for the end of July, so you might see some live streaming action on here covering that event. Contrary to popular belief, not all YouTubers are rich, so anything y'all can do to help support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. I'll link the merch site down below, or you can click the store tab on my channel page. Go buy you a hat, t-shirt, sticker, coffee mug. Anything y'all can do to help support the channel, we greatly appreciate it, and we understand if you can't afford to do that. So like, comment, share this video. All that stuff is free. That greatly helps us out too. I've got a couple new t-shirt designs coming out soon, so y'all stay tuned to the merch site. Go grab you some swag. We appreciate it, and we'll see y'all in the next one.